Good morning, students. This e-content study material is designed to support the first and second UG General English students. Today, we are going to learn the grammar, adverbs of frequency. Now, let us pass on to the definition for adverbs of frequency. An adverb of frequency is an adverb which depicts the number of times an action happens within a particular period of time. In simple words, it describes how often an action happens. Now, let us pass on to some of the examples of adverbs of frequency. Frequently, generally, normally, occasionally, regularly, weekly, and yearly. Now, let us pass on to how can we place an adverb in a sentence. Adverbs of frequency can be placed after the noun or pronoun and or before the verb if there is just one verb in a sentence. If there is more than one verb in a sentence, the adverb of frequency can be positioned before the main verb. Let us pass on to the types of adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency always describe how often something occurs, either in definite or indefinite terms. An adverb that describes definite frequency is one such as weekly, daily, or yearly. Adverbs of definite frequency usually go at the end of the sentence. Example, hourly, daily, weekly, or once, twice, 3 times, etc. Examples, I visit my parents weekly. They go on holiday twice a year. In these two sentences, weekly, twice, come at the end of the sentence. Now let us pass on to the next type, indefinite frequency. An adverb describing indefinite frequency doesn't specify any exact time frame. Examples, sometimes, often, and rarely. There are 6 main adverbs of frequency like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never. Sarah always goes out on Saturday evenings. I usually get up late on Sundays. It's often difficult to find a place to park. She sometimes visits me at home. He rarely goes to cinema. Jane is never late for work. There are some common rules have to be followed in adverbs of frequency. The adverbs like sometimes and usually, it just come at the beginning of the sentence. Example, sometimes she does her homework with friends. Usually, they study on their own. Now, let us pass on to some of the common rules have to be followed in adverbs of frequency. Rule number 1. An adverb of frequency goes after the be verb. Subject plus be verb plus adverb. She isn't usually bad-tempered. Isn't be verb, usually adverb of frequency. The second sentence, they are never pleased to see me, or is be verb, never adverb of frequency. Now let us pass on to the second rule in adverb of frequency. An adverb of frequency goes before the main verb. Subject, adverb plus main verb. Examples, I always remember to do my homework. Here in this sentence, always, adverb of frequency, remember, main verb. He normally gets good marks in exams. Normally, adverb of frequency, gets, main verb. Let us pass on to the third rule in adverbs of frequency. When we use an auxiliary verb like have, will, must, might, could, would, can, etc., the adverb is placed between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. Examples: I have never visited Turkey. Have is an auxiliary verb, never adverb of frequency, visited main verb. She can sometimes beat me in a race. Can, modals or auxiliary verb, sometimes adverb of frequency, beat, main verb. They might never see each other again. Might, auxiliary verb, never, adverb of frequency, see, main verb. Adverbs of frequency can be placed in questions also. Let us see some examples. What do you usually do on Saturday nights? How often do you see your best friend? Do you ever go to the theater? How often do you play sport or go to the gym? Do you ever watch films or TV programs in English? What time do you usually go to bed? How often do you eat at a restaurant? Or are you sometimes late for work or school? Look at these sentences. Here, the adverbs like usually and sometimes, it just come after the subject you. Look at the first sentence and the sixth sentence and eighth sentence. Here, the adverbs usually and sometimes placed after the subject you. And often comes immediately after the WH question word how. Look at the second sentence. How often do you see your best friend? Often, adverb of frequency, it just immediately placed after the WH question word. And similarly, the last before sentence, how often do you eat at the restaurant? Often is placed after WH question word how. Here, I have given some sentences as an exercise for practice. I hope this e-content study material will be helpful for all the students to learn and to have a better understanding. Thank you.